video game or two just to ease my mind, and then I'll load up a session and just play around with some plugins and figure out all the new stuff. And I'm on the Wave site or whoever site and looking at different plugins and figuring stuff out.
How long do you work on a mix before you think, okay, my ears have had enough of this, I'm going to change over to something else, so that you don't get kind of ear fatigue or just end up sounding like shit?
Right. I take a lot of breaks. Breaks, I think, are important. They give you perspective. You step away from. So we've all done it. You do something creative, and you're in it. You're in it. You're in it. And the minute you take a break and you step away and you come back and it sounds different, you're like, oh shit. You don't even hear the problem that you were hearing before sometimes. So I take a lot of breaks. I always say, I usually know when I'm finishing a mix when I start asking too many questions in a room. When I start second guessing myself. When I start going, should I have turned the kick up? Should I have turned the kick down? And I put the mouse on the fader. I'm like, no, let me turn it back up. No, let me turn it back down. No, when I start doing that too much, then I know I'm pretty much done. Because I always say, you can unravel a mix just as well as you mixed it. You can unmix a song right there in front of yourself. So
yeah, you can dig the mix into a hole super easy. So, all right, you're on.
If Waves asked you to develop a plugin, what would you make and why?
Ooh, I like that. Where are the Waves execs? Are they listening? Mick, everyone. I would. I think for me, there are two areas that I'm passionate about. The first area is low end. So I would want to dive in there and just try to develop some type of multi-function, low end shaping type of plugin. And I've been expressing some feelings about that, so we'll see. You never know. And then the other thing I'm really interested in is the NX software and just trying to help maybe come up with some presets or something for the headphone directional software. I think a lot of students and up-and-coming engineers, it'd be advantageous to develop something where they can really, truly mix in headphones, because a lot of people live in apartment buildings. They don't have the luxury of having speakers or being loud out loud. And
you want to let's bring up NX on your master for a second, because I think a lot of people might not know about NX.
Alright.
NX is a plugin that We Waves developed that lets you listen to a pair of speakers.
Where is it? Where would I find it? I don't know. Boom.
Under N.
Yeah.
That lets you listen to speakers while you're in headphones without actually getting a headphone mix. So you're not getting left and right. You're actually getting crossover. You can decide the spread of your speakers, and you can either use a head tracker or your webcam, and it'll actually help define where you are within your specific set of speakers. So this is a very, very cool plugin for helping your mixes if you mix a lot in headphones.
Yeah, and it's very cool because it's a little tracker that you attach to the top of your headphones, calibrated, and then as you move your head, it kind of simulates what it sounds like to move your head in the field of the speakers. It's very, very cool. I like it. I actually mixed on it. I got introduced to it at AES this past year, a few months ago, and I mixed on it while I was at AES. I was delivering a couple of mixes.
Nice.
And I tried it out, and I was like, yeah, I really liked it. So that's one of the things I was talking to the guys about trying to just help.
Did you find that it helped you with headphone fatigue as well? Because
yes.
That's one of the things I always find is it actually means I can mix in headphones longer.
Yeah, it
I'm not
literally made me feel like I was listening to a pair of speakers in a room. Yeah. And at first, when they told me about it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, sure, I thought it was like a gimmicky thing. And then when I listened to it and I kind of started mixing with it, I was like, yo, like, I called Jatai right afterwards. I was like, Jatai, this thing is like for real. And I delivered mixes in New York, mixing through the NX. So it was very cool.
Very cool. All right. One last question.
Yeah, on your low end, when you're doing the mixing, do you employ a lot of side chaining compression or any of that to your low end?
Interestingly enough, I don't. And the reason is because I feel like there's an organic way to get sounds to work together, and a lot of it is just figuring out what frequencies are clashing, removing some from one, boosting some on another, trying some volume things. A lot of times with hip-hop driven music, you kind of want to feel all of it at once and just try to make them work together. I would imagine if I mixed different genres of music, that would be the case. Like if I mixed more EDM stuff or dance stuff, I'm sure that would be the case. But most of my my clientele is like hip hop, R&B, pop music, and it's more hip hop driven. Even most of the popular music now is driven by hip hop. So yeah, no, I don't find myself doing it a lot.
All right, room for one last question for Leslie. Put your hand up if you have a question for Leslie. Rocket.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's been your key to longevity over the years? Because obviously you've been doing it for a long time. So what's been the thing that's made clients come back to you specifically? Like, what's been your key for that?
Staying current with technology, learning how to adapt as plugin companies grow and evolving with them. I think you asked me, do I use a similar set of plugins? Yes, we all have plugins that we have as our go-tos. I love my, DS, I love my Renaissance compressor, I love my CLA vocal thing, but that doesn't mean those are the only plugins I use. So I evolve with the times, and as new things come out, like I can't wait to get home and try the Mix Hub. And it's a brand new plugin, but I'm like dying to get home and try it and see how I can implement that into my workflow. That's one of those plugins, like I was talking about, where it seems as if it presents a workflow where I can kind of get a couple things done within one plugin. So it's all about learning new stuff, not just feeling like you got to stick to the stuff you know. But I'm sure in about a week or two I'll be calling Jatai going, yeah, I'm using the CLA Mix Hub now. So just always trying new stuff, always learning, always, like I said, in my downtime, playing around with new plugins, evolving. So that's the key to longevity, is evolving with technology. You hear people walking around saying, man, I can't wait till, it goes back to live music and da-da-da. Nothing moves backwards. Everything always moves forward. So it's about staying up with current technology, being open to learning new things, open to trying new things.
And attitude. It's like that's a big thing about your longevity, is your attitude. It's a lovely attitude.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause. Leslie Brathwaite, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.